What's up, YouTube?
What up?
We're back with the final installment of our Salomon series. Today's going to be a pretty wide-ranging video. The past few have been pretty focused. This one we're kind of summarizing a lot of models and designs over the course of one video, working from sandals and clogs that Salomon did all the way up to boots, more heavy duty series they did.
Oh yeah, once again, thanks for having me. Let's start with the Clog. The Clog. This is pretty much the most iconic, I guess I would say, piece of footwear for Salomon around this time period. Just obviously with its eye-catching design and really out there, grippy outsoles. This one is just in a classic two-tone colorway, nothing crazy, but it features like the really early Salomon branding and just nice full suede uppers.
And it's also this characterized by the neoprene mesh part, right?
Yeah, it also has the insulated lining, keeps your foot super warm in the wintertime. These are just worth mentioning here because it explores the relationship between slip-ons and boots via the tooling for Salomon, since we have several boots that actually share this outsole platform.
That'd be the most rugged clog slip-on, I think.
Yeah, you could kind of compare the relationship of the Clog and these other shoes that we'll talk about later to like the Nike ACG Rufus and the boot that also shares the same platform as it. I don't remember what it's called.
Next we've got another clog by Salomon. This is the
Manook Mesh.
Manook Mesh.
Really funny name and really interesting silhouette too. I guess this would kind of be the predecessor to the RX Mock or like the RX Winter, whatever the heck Salomon makes right now. Nice slip on with a breathable mesh upper. These are really dope. I feel like these have aged well because they came in really good colorways. And this is also from the Roadtrip series, which we've mentioned in our previous video. Just a really good, really fun campaign for Salomon at the time that really pushed just kind of like a variety of silhouettes into the forefront of their catalog with this marketing. But we like this one because of the mesh upper, simple suede mudguard, and just details on the upper. Nothing really crazy about it, just a nice, simple, casual slip-on shoe, breathable, stylish.
Very hard to find. I've only found one of these two, by the way.
Yeah, not too often you come across those or other shoes from the Roadtrip series.
Speaking of hard to come across,
this is the unicorn of the whole collection, I'd say, because for the longest time this model has escaped me. Even just finding pictures online of it.
We don't know the name either.
Completely unknown to us. So if you have the ID, please let us know what these are because it's a really interesting silhouette. Love this suede cutout detail that's on the forefoot. It looks like a leaf or something. It has a really cool organic element to it.
Definitely the key feature is sort of the dual Velcro strap. Just like a very unique closure, especially for a shoe. I've not ever seen that.
As well as I love this stitching detail that's on the strap.
They did a lot of extra top stitching detail.
It's a lot like stuff you'd see a lot of shoes today that are going for that whole like sashiko vibe.
Yeah.
Really cool details on that one. I wish we could find more of them because I know they came in other colorways. I know they also came in leather, but those pictures are like non-existent on the internet. So don't even bother looking them up. You can't even find it. And this is the best we got, is just the one we have before you. Moving on, we go into sort of a JDM cult classic in the Dirt Clog. These are, I suppose, originally exclusive to Japan, and it just comes in a super clean slate gray, shadowy colorway with really rugged tooling, just like the Clog. So now we get into the Salomon Karma. This is a women's pair. The Karma is a really unique sandal silhouette because it shares a lot of the classic Salomon details, is the adjustable fitment system with the quick lace and the strap in the back. But you also have key elements that'll keep your foot protected, like this toe guard and this cage going around the outside that also helps lock down the laces. I just think it's a fascinating design because it's like if you were to put shoes on this sort of like stat sheet and you just maxed out breathability, that's this shoe basically.
This is technically a water shoe.
It is technically a water shoe because it also has drainage holes on the outsole.
Right.
So, and as well as the insoles, they also have drainage holes in them. So this is a shoe that's designed to cycle water all the way throughout the shoe, so that basically all the water just falls out and you're not just walking around in some mushy socks. Speaking of, we got the original Tech Amphibian, another pair in dead stock condition. This is just the classic colorway, just nice cobalt blue with the open mesh detailing, and also this plastic, or just the two different patterns of mesh kind of trip me out. But you have the like square mesh on the forefoot, and then you've got the open hole mesh on the sides,
and the wider mesh.
Yeah.
And the like sort of bridging those.
Exactly.
Two pieces.
So you've got like several different mesh constructions on this shoe to sort of help with durability and breathability, etc. These older Tech Amphibians are actually more comfortable, in my opinion, to the newer Tech Amphibians, but they just don't make them like they used to, is what I could say. Either way, really cool summer shoe. Moving on, we have the Jaws.
We're getting into the Clog boot crossover area.
Sort of hybrid area. This one, I guess you could say it's a boot because of the height it's at, but as well, I mean, it has that same sort of slip-on feel and appearance to it.
The outsole is shared with a lot of boots that they made around that time, but again, they just took the rugged outsole and kind of put it on a more chill, casual upper.
This is the Salomon X-Winter low top, so there's also a mid-top version which will be on the website, but this one is just, it shares the exact same tooling as the Snow Clog, and it has that red S on the bottom instead, and it also has an attached rubber toe guard, which is pretty unique for this tooling because only the shoes and lace-up models actually have this toe guard, but it also has the D-ring that you would find on the mid-top or the Adventure 7, and I just really love this paneling on the side. The way that this is attached to the lace, the lace eyelets and the webbing is really unique. Yeah, this one's really great. Hard to find as well. But we also have the Exit Lows. So this is the first generation of the Exit Low. We've talked about the Exit Lows before in the previous video, but this is a different version that shares the tooling with the Snow Clog, just completely different with this tooling, and with the uppers as well. It's all leather, all suede, and sometimes with the Exit Low you'd see textile or a few different materials. This one is just much more simple and really tonal, kind of really like brings it all together. It has the D-ring as well, which I don't think the other Exit Lows had, but that's another really rare silhouette you probably won't find. Anyways, let's move on to another shoe we don't really know what it's called. It has really interesting design details, like you have this piping going around the outside, you've got this like this big piece of suede that wraps all the way around, and then you've got this synthetic bit on the back that has a cool sort of stitching pattern. It is definitely special because I feel like the whole zipper shoe boot sneaker thing is really having a moment. And also we have these other zip-up boots. These are called the Gage, and I'd say this is probably the most interesting of these like zipper boot iterations that we've brought here. It has really great lines. The design of it is very futuristic. Love the back detail with these like triple indentations on it, and you got these the stitching and then the logo up top. It's a really nice design all the way through, and of course it has plenty of like functional features. Like you have the zipper shroud, which velcros to the ankle of the shoe, and then it opens up just like the Adventure 7 or an X Alpine, or whatever zip up shoe Salomon makes now. It has that, but it also has this little pocket for the quick lace system, which is really cool because I mean, I think I'd go nuts if the Adventure 7 had something like that on it, but it's like a cool stash pocket. Whatever you want to do with it, you can. It's pretty big too.
I think this was kind of like the attempt to update the Adventure 7 design. I think they kind of overshot a little bit though.
Yeah.
Because this feels like very, very futuristic. It just feels reminiscent of some stuff that's happening now, but they made this in 2002.
And next up we have the GCS Revo GTX boots, and this is basically just the boot version of the GCS Pro. It shares that same sort of like Nike TNs / Shocks cushioning system on the heel. And it just has a much more rugged, much thicker, and more dense like outsole and midsole. What's cool about it is it has the fully like seamless upper. It's a no-sew shoe, and no-sew shoes at this time period were pretty uncommon. So this thing is really unique for 2005. Also a part of the Salomon era where they were owned by Adidas. So this is technically an Adidas shoe, but Adidas never did a boot, to my knowledge, quite like this one. There is a version of like the sneaker, the GCS Pro. There is an Adidas version of that, but for this boot, this is the only colorway and also the only version they ever made of it.
So we're moving on to the end of the selection, which includes some of the most rugged boots that we have from this time. These three in particular share a lot of the same tooling. Outsoles, midsole is the same. Yeah, so this outsole that was on the Clog, they all have that outsole which features this stripe down the center.
Yeah, with the chevron
pattern. The same midsole pattern, and then the differences are really just in the upper, the toe cap, things like that. So this one's called the Snowmonkey. Very fun names they did. This is one of my personal favorite colorways. I would change a few things, but I really like the padded tongue,
as well as like the lace webbing is also similar to like the exit low, or just like it kind of calls back to vintage silhouettes in that way, but it's also very much updated. It feels updated as well for this time period. Also like the piping that goes all the way around this mudguard. Really big mudguard that goes all the way to the back.
This is called the Snowbow or Snowbow or whatever. This shares some similarities such as the piping that Joe was talking about. I really like the use of this because they do it in a tonal color to the rest of the shoe, but because of the material, it takes on just a slightly different color. But yeah, I mean, this has, again, sort of a big padded ankle support, padded tongue. Materials are just heavy suede. And yeah, I like this colorway. It's a little more low-key, toned down. This is like really, really well made. And then last of these models, this is the Snowdog. I would say there's probably the least amount going on with this model. It is the highest one. This is a big size, but they made these like very high on your leg. But there's none of the piping. It's just one type of suede, and this just feels like it could take a beating, and it would do really well.
And the last shoe.
The last one is this Beast, which
a monster with no name.
But this is kind of like, this is the ultimate zippered boot. So this was made in 2002, and we just think it's kind of the culmination of their whole ski boot initiative. I don't think it turned out to be the most practical, but it features an inner booty that is removable. So it's got this inner booty that has this nice elastic strap on the back for.
I think it's just for a better fit, so it's not expandable.
But it feels kind of like a moto boot, and it just goes into the cage. And then this closure system on the actual boot is a zippered. There's quick lace.
There's Velcro. There's like even a cinch at the very top. So there's so many levels of ways you can style it and fasten it up, and put them on. It's just still really cool because like it's a great piece of like, I don't know, I want to say like historical outdoor equipment, just the way it sort of gathers so many different elements of Salomon, consolidates them into one.
Definitely well made.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the design looks pretty good. Like visually, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah. No name for that. If you got the ID, let us know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Put us in the comments.
That has been our final Salomon collection video. We hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and you can catch me online at Vortex Supply or Stuff Pile on Instagram, and you can shop my website at vortexsupply.net. Thank you once again for having me. Constant practice.
Yeah, go check out the entire Salomon archive we have on constantpractice.com now. It'll include a few of these models.
And also be sure to watch the other videos if you haven't. I mean, we talked and we mentioned them throughout this video. So you should definitely check out the Adventure Boot series as well as the Skate Shoe and Approach Shoe series.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.
Salomon makes some of these shoes.
Yeah, they made a lot. They made a lot of cool shoes. That's it. Peace.